The function f is defined by the square root of 25 minus x squared. The domain is -5 to 5 inclusive. Part A says find the derivative of f. I rewrote f as 25 minus x squared to the 1/2. Now to take the derivative, we're going to chain rule. The outside function is to the 1/2 power, so we're going to bring the 1/2 to the front. We're going to subtract 1 from the exponent, and then we're going to take the derivative of the inside. Finally, we're going to clean this up. I'm going to cancel the 2's and bring this expression to the denominator. So you end up getting -x over the square root of 25 minus x squared. Since you have the radical in the denominator, your domain is going to be from 5 to 5, not inclusive, because you can't have 0 in the denominator. Part B says write an equation for the line tangent to the graph of f at x equals -3. So first, to find the slope of the tangent line, we're going to plug in -3 to the derivative. So I plugged in -3 for x, and now we'll simplify. So you end up getting 3/4 for the slope. And last, we just need the y value when x equals -3, so we're plugging in -3 to the function. So you get y equals 4. So we're taking the slope and the x and the y value, plug them all into point slope form, and you get the equation y minus 4 equals 3/4 times the quantity x plus 3. Part C says let g be the function defined by, and we have a piecewise, g is equal to f from -5 inclusive to -3, and then also g is equal to x plus 7 for -3 all the way to +5. Is g continuous at x equals -3? Use the definition of continuity to explain your answer. For the definition of continuity, the first thing I want to check is the function g defined at -3. So we're going to take -3 and plug it in. According to the piecewise function, when x is -3, we're going to use this top function. So g of -3 is going to equal to f of -3, and you get +4. The next part of the definition of continuity is we're going to check the limit of g at -3. To do so, we're going to take the limit as x approaches -3 from the left of g. And again, looking at this piecewise, if you're approaching -3 from the left, it's going to be this top part. So now it's the limit as x approaches -3 from the left of f of x. And the limit as x approaches -3 from the left of the square root of 25 minus x squared gives you +4. Now we're going to check the limit as x approaches -3 from the right of g. And if you're checking from the right, you're going to use this bottom function. So we have the limit as x approaches -3 from the left of x plus 7, and you end up getting +4 as well. By definition of limits, since we got the same value approaching -3 from the left and from the right, we can conclude that the limit as x approaches -3 of g of x is equal to that value. And finally, since the limit of g is equal to g of -3, by definition of continuity, we can conclude that g is continuous at x equals -3. Part D says find the value of the integral from 0 to 5 of x times the square root of 25 minus x squared dx. To evaluate this definite integral, we're going to use u substitution. So we're going to let u equal what's underneath the radical. Next, we're going to take the derivative of this. So du dx equals -2x. And then you get that dx is equal to du over -2x. Next, we're going to change our upper and lower limits. So your upper limit is 5. We're going to take 5 and plug it in for x. And you end up getting 0. Our lower limit is 0. We're going to plug it in right here for x. And you end up getting 25. Okay, let's plug everything in. So we plugged everything in, so now everything's converted to u, and these x's are going to conveniently cancel out. Because of this value right here, I brought a -1/2 to the front and rewrote the square root of u as u to the 1/2. Very last step, these are out of order, so I want to flip them, and that would bring a negative to the front, which will then make this positive. All right, so now our limits are in the right order, and we're ready to integrate. Okay, at this point, I'm going to pull this 2/3 to the front. When you pull the 2/3 to the front, the 2's cancel and you just have 1/3. Finally, we're going to plug in 25 minus plugging in 0. To simplify 25 to the 3/2, we're going to take the square root of 25, which is 5, and then cube it, which is 125. And you end up getting 125 over 3. Thanks for watching, and please hit the like button, subscribe to Math with Yosh. Thanks, guys.